Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. How you doing, LVZ? Shout out to the chat. It's good to see you. We're going to talk about that train wreck of a debate last night because it was just awful. Joe Biden, he did a terrible job. Y'all, we absolutely will not allow them to blame the Black community because Joe Biden failed to hold on to his office. He did that himself. I tell you what, in the debate, it was painful to watch it. Look, Trump and Biden watching these two together. Ugh, seriously. But his age, Biden's age, bled through the entire debate. There is no blaming the Black community for that. So if this man lose, I want my people to reference how bad he did in the debate. Don't try to blame us. We are not to blame. But oh yeah, he did terrible. So what we're going to do is watch some of the clips, and I'll give my commentary in between, and then I'm going to show you some of the headlines that came out this morning. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Okay. Give me a one if you can see the screen. How you doing, Tareen? Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Put this on full screen.
Biden tonight, which was shaky. It was a shaky start, wooden at times, meandering at times. I will tell you that in about the back half of the debate, maybe the latter third of the debate, I heard from a Democratic lawmaker, a member of Congress who has been a strong supporter of President Biden's, who suggested the possibility, Savannah, of perhaps an open convention or replacing President Biden on the ticket. I will tell you, it is all but potentially impossible for that to actually happen. But the fact that that is even being raised, the fact that that is even a shadow now hanging over the debate performance for President Biden is at minimum a headache for the Biden campaign moving into the next stretch of this campaign ahead of the Republican convention in the next couple of weeks. And at worst, potentially something that will dog them now for months, given what we have seen from voters in polling consistently, which is, yes, concern about President Biden's age. Now, all of that said, I'm in the spin room, and they call it the spin room a reason, Savannah. It is because you have surrogates here for both campaigns. And of course, the Biden campaign out here trying to make the case that their candidates did well. And I will tell you what some of the early spin is now from Team Biden, suggesting that former President Trump's answer, for example, on January 6th was not a good one, that people are turned off by his insults, by his attacks on President Biden here. But remember the sort of social economy that we're in right now, Savannah and Lester, this idea that these sort of clippable, shareable moments are what people tend to see. If they're not watching tonight, then perhaps the next day or the day after. And there are some moments here that the Biden campaign.
All right. I want you to see what Joe Biden sounds like. Okay.
What did you tap for? Auntie Gigi.
My sister. She's a fighter.
When you tap or order online at participating grocery stores, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer. Standing up for the people we love, priceless.
On stage in the presidential debate, missteps from the current president and misleading attacks from the previous one. From President Biden, who's battling voter concerns about his age, a shaky start. With a raspy voice, he seemed to lose his train of thought when asked about the national debt.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Later, mixing up former President Trump's name in a comment about Russia before correcting himself.
If you take a look at what Trump did in Ukraine, this guy told Trump, do whatever you want and do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Trump did to Putin, encourage him, do whatever you want.
At the end of the debate, First Lady Jill Biden escorting him off stage. Two sources telling NBC News President Biden had a cold. Former President Trump pouncing on his rival's slip-ups.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
From Mr. Trump, a series of dodges and lies about the 2020 election, refusing to deliver a clear answer when asked whether he'd accept the results this November.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely.
I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner.
Halfway through the debate, President Biden bringing up Mr. Trump's conviction.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
And getting very personal.
How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Give you a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star.
The president also slamming Mr. Trump for reportedly calling veterans suckers and losers, referencing his own late son who served in Iraq, with Mr. Trump denying he ever said it.
My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Regarding January 6th, Mr. Trump downplaying what happened during the attack on the Capitol.
On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in and we're now laughed at. We're like, a bunch of stupid people.
Both candidates trying to make their cases on issues key to voters, from the economy
He decimated the economy.
to abortion access. Mr. Trump misstating this month's Supreme Court ruling against a challenge to mifepristone.
The Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it.
President Biden pivoting to immigration in his answer on abortion, one of his strongest issues, according to polls.
The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in, they talk about that.
Afterwards, Trump surrogates flooding the spin room to tout what they saw as a decisive win.
I thought President Trump was calm, strong, thoughtful tonight.
Vice President Kamala Harris hitting the airwaves to defend the president.
There was a slow start, but it was a strong finish.
But multiple Democratic lawmakers telling NBC News they're concerned about the president's performance, with some wondering anonymously whether he should remain on the ticket. Now, President Biden himself stopping at a Waffle House overnight for some food, responding to some of those concerns, telling reporters it's hard to debate a liar. And his campaign is now pointing to some internal data suggesting that they believe independent voters responded well to President Biden and were turned off by Mr. Trump, pointing to what they describe as the biggest grassroots fundraising day of the campaign so far. Savannah.
All right, Hallie, thank you.
All right.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Okay. So you saw that Biden did not do well at all. His age was definitely showing. And of course, that's coming up again. The Democrats are scrambling. I think at this point, how do you replace him? I don't think he can be replaced. I mean, you're what? It's under 6 months away from the election. How do you replace him? And last night I saw Gavin Newsom. He was there. And he was saying, you know, he was trying to prop up Joe Biden and everything after that bad performance. They were asking Gavin Newsom, would you replace Donald Trump and run against, would you replace Joe Biden and run against Trump? And he kind of sidestepped the question. And I'm like, wow. But I want y'all to see the headlines that came out today. Okay. These are the headlines that came out. Ladies and gentlemen, just take a look at this. What possible Biden replacements are saying about his debate performance. Look at that. The headlines against Biden all day have been very negative. Yeah, Harris went on and with Anderson Cooper, and she got all worked up. So Harris defends Biden over debate disaster and combative interview. Yeah, she had a bug up her behind during that debate with Anderson Cooper arguing over Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a good man, a good president. He must bow out of the race. Now, Donald Trump was lying all over the place, but Joe Biden is so slow on his feet now that he could not really challenge him on the lies he was standing there saying. Yeah, he really could not do much to keep up. So now I guess they're trying to use this cold as an excuse. We all have colds, right? But you can still think, and you know that doesn't take away your clear thinking because you have a cold. Jill Biden helps Joe off stage after disastrous debate showing. This says it all. Don't nobody have to fear America. Look at who America's leader is. Joe Biden's chances of winning election plummet after debate. Can't blame this one on the Black community Democrats. You can't do it. The movement to convince Biden to not run is real. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, uh, uh. All right. Democrats panic over Biden's debate performance, doubt his future. This is not looking good. But y'all, it really was not a good debate. You know, even these people trying to talk up Donald Trump. Donald Trump did okay. I don't think it was earth shattering at all. You know, it was okay. Biden's disastrous debate pitches his reelection bid into crisis. I wonder what James Clyburn is going to say today. He was running around a few days ago saying misinformation, disinformation. So is that what you're going to say when it comes down to Joe Biden's performance now, James Clyburn? What possible Biden replacements are saying about his debate performance? See, Joe Biden, when you ignore the Black community, look at what happened to you. You are paying the price. And y'all, he got one more debate to do. You think he's going to do any better? I sure don't. I don't. I don't believe it. So this is the garbage Kamala said. It was a slow start, but a strong finish. Kamala Harris speaks out on Democratic panic over Biden's debate performance. So those are some of the headlines that came out today. I wonder what Roland Martin, his fat ass, is saying today. What is his lard ass talking about today? So Chocolate Night 2, thank you for the super sticker. Lisa Parker, thank you for the super sticker. Magic City Enterprises 305, thank you for the super chat. Shalom, Lisa. It's blazing hot here in Miami. Woo, you're in Miami? Oh, I know it's hot there. Chocolate Night 2, thank you for the super chat. This is their judgment for mistreating the Israelites. You ain't never lie. Black man in the wilderness. Thank you for the super chat. This is the time to demand reparations. We could save them, but we want them chips. There's a price for my vote. The price is financial justice. All right. All right. So let's see what else we got here. I got to put yours up because it's not showing at all. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here's what I saw: a candidate, Trump, who was clearly lying, but on the other hand, another candidate, Biden, who's clearly cognitively compromised. You being very kind. This man should have retired from politics probably 30 years ago. Seriously, Biden should have retired 30 years ago. Okay, how you doing, Kid Gravity Beyond? Thank you for getting a membership for 3 months. And David Joseph, Biden was word stumbling. Yeah, he sure was. Yes, he was. Thank you, everybody that made super stickers and super chats. I really appreciate it. Well, I don't think, in reality, I don't think either one of these men should be running for office. They're both too old. So let's say Donald Trump is what, 78? So in 4 years, he's going to be 82 when he finishes his term, when he wins. That's too old. It's too old. Mike C, thank you for the super chat. Check the tax-free check. There you go. Okay, I mean, that's too old. He's going to be in his 80s by the time the end of his term comes. Just because you're looking at 78-year-old Donald Trump now, don't mean he's going to be the same man in 4 years. When people get up in age, things can take a turn for the worse in a snap. Yeah, well, if Biden debates like this the second time around, it's over. It's over. There's no way he's getting back in office. Now, people that were sure they were going to vote Biden today, I'm seeing a lot of them doing about face. I like Biden, but I don't think he can hang in there for another 4 years. You're 81, right? And he's going to be 85 at the end of his term. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If you're going to be in your 80s at the end of your term, I don't think you should. Well, you saw less than a week ago. I mean, he had to help Biden get off the stage. And last night, Jill Biden had to escort him off the stage. Come on. We've seen this man turn around and shake hands and nobody was there. I mean, we've seen it all. This is not the first time. I'm not surprised that he performed badly. I'm not. I don't think anybody should be. But yeah, now Democrats, y'all been trying to, with the black vote. Oh, what about the black vote? We got to get the black vote. No, I think you got a lot more to worry about than getting the black vote. I can tell you, Joe Biden's performance last night didn't win over nary black vote. In fact, he probably lost some. AO God, we are forcing them to show their hand by not engaging in their foolishness. Now they got to prove if they for or against us without our help, and the Roland stutter cracks me up. Can you do it again? Oh man. Oh man, the Roland stutter. You can probably go over there to his channel and listen to him. I refuse to go over there and listen to that man because, you know, anytime somebody cuss out the Black community, I'm not coming back to listen to you. And Roland has done that on several occasions. You know, you got one time to do that. I'm not coming back. Now, anybody that can just look past that and go over there and continue to listen to him, have at it. Have at it. Two chocolate. Thank you for the super chat. Biden's body may be here in 4 years, but his mind won't. Well, this is what happens when you wait until you're an elderly man and you become president. No, Joe Biden ain't going to hold up for another 4 years. He's not even holding up now, y'all. He's not even holding up now. And who the hell wants Kamala to be their president? I sure don't. I don't want Kamala as the president. But there's a possibility you may end up with her as president if he gets back in there for a second term. Mm-hmm. Wow. But yeah, at this point, I don't see how Biden is going to win this thing. He did so bad, y'all. I just don't know how he's going to win. It looks like a loss for him. And the Democrats, you better accept that you got an inadequate man running for president, and don't you dare come and point nary finger at the Black community. When y'all start that mess up, I'm be right on video dragging your behinds. I don't care who you are. So everybody, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for coming. The debate is all over the internet, so you can go to CNN if you want to watch the whole thing. And there's a lot of commentary. You know, C-SPAN, they did a lot of commentary, and the Washington Post. So if you need to see it, you can watch it over there. That debate was so painful. I don't want to show the whole thing to you because if you didn't unsubscribe, you probably will if I showed that thing over here. It was that bad. So y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. We'll come back together again with another topic. Shalom, family. Oh, wait a minute. Ayo, God, you said we watching Biden in real time breakdown like a cheap car from a bootleg junkyard. Oh, you got jokes. You're funny. You're pretty funny. You're pretty funny. All right, y'all. Shalom, family.